All right, this is a great question. You got to be really careful. Not a hard question, but you got to be careful with it because you miss one box, you miss the whole question. So it basically is asking us to find the vertical and horizontal asymptotes of this guy. Now, if you remember horizontal, I have you use Bobo, Botten, eats DC. That's horizontal. What does that stand for? If it's bigger on the bottom, it's going to be y is 0. So let's look at this and figure out if any of them are bigger on the bottom. X squared minus 4, x squared. These exponents are the same, x squared and x squared. So we're going to divide coefficients there. We're going to be doing eats DC. So let's just go ahead and do that. The exponents there are the same. So I'm going to do 2 divided by 1, 2. So check. It's going to have a horizontal asymptote of y is 2. Here, x to the first, x squared is bigger on the bottom. Bigger on the bottom, so it's going to be y is 0. Check right there. And then finally, this guy, third power, second power, it's bigger on top. That's going to be a bottom, bigger on top. There's none, so no horizontal asymptote. There, we just took care of all the horizontal asymptotes using Bobo, Botten, eats DC. Bigger on bottom, y is 0. Bigger on top, none. Exponents are the same. You divide the coefficients, the numbers out in front. Now for vertical, we just look at the bottom. I'm just going to say, hey, it's going to happen when that guy is 0. Notice this factors to an x minus 2, x plus 2. So it's going to be negative 2 and positive 2. So it's going to be both for that guy. Here, this ends up breaking to x plus 2, x plus 2. So just a negative 2 is it. So just negative 2. So we check right there. Vertical asymptote at x equals negative 2. And finally this, you could move the 8 over. I know most of you are going to do that. And you would move the 8 over. You would divide by 2 and get 4. Take the square root, but you have to remember, it's a plus or minus root there, right? So you got to be a little bit careful. So you're going to get here and here. The correct way really would be to factor a 2 out, leaving you x squared minus 4. Divide by 2, leaving you x squared minus 4 equals 0. And then it's the same as right there, where you just factor the difference of squares, x minus 2, x plus 2. So those are where you should put your check marks, okay? It looks overwhelming, but just remember, horizontal, Bobo, Botten, eats DC, vertical, asymptotes, you simply set the bottom equal to 0 and solve.